Could China attack Taiwan soon? Tensions are high as China has been sending warplanes into Taiwan's airspace at an unprecedented rate. And today with me to talk about the possibility of a Chinese attack is a top defense expert at the Institute for National Defense and Security Research, Dr. Che-chuan. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Dr. Li, do you think that China could attack Taiwan soon?
My answer would be no. The first reason is that the airplane they sent to Taiwan's airspace are not on combat conditions. And the second one is that we don't see signs of massive military deployment or movement, especially in its southeastern coastal province. So I don't think there is going to be a war between Taiwan and China. I don't think the PLA is really ready for the so-called all-out war, because we know that if the PLA would like to have a very decisive military victory against Taiwan, they need to have they need to launch the so-called amphibious assault against Taiwan. But experts, even no matter in the United States or in Taiwan or even China, they agree that for this part of military operation, I'm talking about amphibious assault, China is not really ready yet, and they don't have any serious plan to launch that kind of operation against Taiwan.
So you mean they're not ready in terms that they don't have the military hardware or...
Not enough.
Not
yes,
enough.
They have some, but
Okay.
not enough. Experts say that if we can really try to destroy, say, like 40% of their amphibious landing vehicles, it would be totally impossible for them to finish that kind of operation.
I know that Taiwan has a lot of the beaches that
Yes.
cannot be, landed on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our typhoons and our waters, waves 20 meters high. It's very difficult to launch an amphibious attack on Taiwan. Is that right?
And that's Taiwan's natural defense advantage because of the rugged coastline in Taiwan. It is estimated by experts say that we only have 14 locations, which means they have space. I mean, the beach wide enough to launch personnel against Taiwan. Only 14 in Taiwan, and we know that PLA know that, so we have prepared for the kind of scenario or situation. So I don't think it would be easy for the PLA to conduct that kind of operation.
But could China force Taiwan to surrender in other ways? For example, bombing, important, air bases or military bases and power bases in Taiwan.
Yeah, of course. We don't deny that kind of problem because they can have several basic military options. Say, like they can conduct air and maritime blockade against Taiwan, or they can try to launch air and missile strike against Taiwan. But the problem is that according to what capability PLA have, if they like to take that kind of operation against Taiwan, it has to be finished in a very short period of time, because no matter it choose blockade or airstrike, those operations will influence business in this area and will attract international attention. So if Taiwan can resist their first strike and it becomes a military conflict extended beyond a couple of days, international attention or even international intervention will come in. Then I think that is the scenario the PLA is worried about, because they will incur serious risk and costs.
So do you think that the U.S. would come to Taiwan's defense if they did attack Taiwan, trying to attack Taiwan?
They never say that because that is the so-called strategic ambiguity policy for the United States. Because in the Taiwan Relations Act, it only say that U.S. would take seriously about any non-peaceful means trying to change the status quo of Taiwan. They would provide sufficient defensive weapons to Taiwan. But they never said that they will come to Taiwan help militarily or not. We don't really know. And we also know that in the Trump administration, it has been done a lot. They passed a lot of resolution favorable, to Taiwan, and they conduct military sales to Taiwan. Very different from previous year because now they do it in a kind of regular basis, like what they did to other countries. After Xi Jinping came in, all of its external behavior becomes more and more assertive. And that is why some U.S. officials told the media that in the Trump administration, they are talking about maybe it's about time to change it into strategic clarity.
Yeah, there's actually a Taiwan Defense Act proposed in the U.S. Congress, so where the U.S. would prevent China from taking over Taiwan. Now, what do you think about Trump versus Biden? Do you think there would be a big difference in the way they, their policy towards Taiwan?
If we are talking about short-term policy, no matter Trump or Biden win the election, I think there won't be too much differences between the two presidents.
So I'm still concerned about China, though. Why are they sending planes, into Taiwan's air defense zone? And we just saw this week 100 boats surrounding Mazu. Why are they making all these military moves at such an unprecedented rate?
First of all, politically, China tried to express its anger about better and closer relations between between U.S. and Taiwan. And after a lot of arms sales, after a lot of resolution passed, we see the United States send high-ranking official to Taiwan in August, health minister, and in September, the Undersecretary of State. China, we noticed that right after the health minister left, the next day they announced they are going to have a series of military exercise and drills. And right in the duration of U.S. Undersecretary's visit, China sent 18 and 19 aircraft to this area because they are angry.
Yeah.
That's it. The second reason militarily could be that China tried to demonstrate its capability of A2AD, which means anti-access and area denial. We can judge that from the plane they sent to this area. For example, J-10, J-11, or Y-8, and some other anti-submarine plane, which means China tried to tell Taiwan and the United States that we are now equipped with longer range operation capability, and we have anti-surface, we have anti-submarine capabilities. You better be watch out.
So you think they're trying to keep us in line, keep Taiwan and the U.S. in line?
Yes.
What do you think would provoke a war with China?
Frankly speaking, I don't think there is going to have a war unless something unexpected happen. I mean, I'm talking about some incidents. If other than that, I think...
You mean accidents?
Yeah, something you never expect. For example, some airplane crash, collides, something like that. Other than that, I think President Tsai is very low, keep very low profile. She's very rational, and China also knows that they are not really that capable to conquer Taiwan within a short period of time. So I don't think a war is going to happen.
Not soon.
No.
So you're not worried. You're not staying up at night about this.
Yeah, but we keep very close attention to that, and I think our people in uniform, they also are very careful. They keep themselves on alert every day in a very agile way to deal with any invasion or incursion of PLA plane.
Thank you very much, Dr. Li, for all your insight that you gave us on China's military maneuvers recently. I've been speaking with top defense expert Dr. Li Che-chuan, who is at the Institute for National Defense and Security Research in Taipei.